Good morning, beautiful people of Huntley High School. My name is Blake Kellinger.
And I'm Maria Mirkhan, and welcome back to this week's episode of Raider Nation News.
I'm sure you've seen the massive solar panels that have been installed at our school's front yards. What you may not have seen is the protest taking place due to the installation.
A guest RNN reporter, Makenzie Blake, investigated the matter.
Good morning, Raider Nation. I'm Makenzie Blake, and I'll be your reporter for today. Behind me, you can see the expansion of the PAC construction, and in front of me, there's a solar panel construction for District 158. I'm sure many of you have seen the protesters representing a union in front of door 27. There have been several speculations as to why those protesters are there. Some of these speculations include that there's a non-union labor being used, or that HHS isn't paying them appropriately, or there's a jurisdictional dispute, or that carpenters are doing electrical work. The real reason behind this protest is that jurisdictional carpenters are doing electrical work. They do pay, but they pay contractors that hire subcontractors, and these subcontractors happen to be union workers. Some of them are electrical union workers, and some of them are carpenter union workers. Unions have existed since the birth of the country. Unions were created in an effort to protect the working population from abuses such as sweatshops and unsafe working conditions. Labor unions have been woven into the fabric of America through politics, economics, and culture. Chicago is known as the labor town because workers with vastly different cultures have been well organized for decades, with Chicago leading in building construction in the late 19th century. It appears as though the contractor for the HHS solar panels hired trained carpenter subcontractors to complete the solar panel project. The peaceful picketing was to make the public aware of the electrician's point of view.
I'm glad we got the solar panels in the horizon, but I hope the union is sorted out sooner than later.
Me too. Are you familiar with the Super Smash Brothers Club? RNN reporter Jimmy Skarbonkowitz met with the leaders of the Smash Club.
Let's take a closer look.
Hello, my name is Jimmy Skarbonkowitz. This is
Adam Kramer.
And Brian Worth.
And this is Smash Club.
Now tell me, what is Smash Brothers?
Well, Super Smash Bros. Is a Nintendo fighting game where you use Nintendo characters to brawl it out in a 1v1 or an 8v8. And you're trying to see who wins.
So basically, I can get my current boy from my favorite superstar Sega, as well as fight it against a crocodile.
If you want to put it like that, sure.
Of course. And anyway, Brian, how would you say this club has started?
Well, it used to be a video game club, but not just any video game club, a retro video game club.
I used to have a bunch of systems brought in, like a Nintendo 64, Super NES, sometimes a GameCube. Although, once I brought in Smash, everyone just couldn't stop playing it, and then all of a sudden, most of my systems just never got played with, so now it's just kind of devolved into Smash Club, which is fine. Of course, I do actually still bring in my consoles from time to time, so that other people could have other options besides Smash Bros.
Of course. Anyway, Ali, what would you say would the times be for anyone who wants to be interested in this club?
Well, the club's on Monday from about 2:30 to 3:30 in room W1022.
Anyway, that would be it for everyone. Thank you for letting me talk to you for this interview. High fives all around.
Sure. Hope to see you guys in the next Smash tourney.
Sounds like a good time to me.
It sure does. We'll see you there. You've heard it while sitting in the stands of games. You've seen it printed on our school shirts. You used it to capture your Instagram posts.
We're talking about the phrase, "Hey, hey, Huntley," the phrase we equate with Raider Nation's school spirit. So we met with Mr. Overstreet, better known as Mr. O, to hear how the phrase began.
What do people at HHS know you as?
Mr. O, everybody calls me that.
How did the phrase, "Hey, hey, Huntley," come to be?
I always want to cheer in a positive manner for the students and that, so I just say, "Hey, hey, Huntley." I don't want to tell them to get it together and all this, and I never want to, make them think I'm down on them or anything. I just want to cheer in a positive manner.
For all the upcoming athletes who are seasons coming up, what would you like to say?
just go out and do your very best, have fun at it, and that's all anyone can ask of you, and that's all it really amounts to is have fun with it, do your best, and you'll be great.
Pretty miraculous that such a simple phrase had such a huge backstory. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Raider Nation News.
And have a great weekend, Red Raiders.